Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, it's about time for us to go into our discussion segment for today. The Nigerian lawmakers on Wednesday presented a bill proposing constitutional alteration for a transition to parliamentary system of government. The bill, sponsored by House Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda and 59 others, seek to change the system of government from presidential to parliamentary, where the government will be run by the parliament. The spokesperson for the group, representing Abdulsamad Dasuki, PDP Sokoto, said this at a news conference at the National Assembly in Abuja on Monday. According to him, the proposed amendment would significantly impact on the nation's political landscape. The lawmaker said the collapse of the First Republic and the long stretch of military rule culminated in the adoption of a new system of government fashioned after the U.S. presidential system. And of course, to have this conversation with us this morning, I am being joined by Dr. Dayo Kayode. He is a political technocrat. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us on the show.
Yes, good morning, Josh. How are you?
Very well, and you?
I'm good.
All right, so let's get into the business. Now we're talking about transiting from a presidential system of government to a parliamentary system of government. First of all, what's your take on this?
Yeah, you see, when I heard the news and I listened to the House of Reps members' press conference, I just looked at it that we are still not a serious nation. How do I mean? We practiced parliamentary system of government for how many years before being discarded? And we condemned it. The question is, since when has United Kingdom and some other countries practicing parliamentary system have been practicing it? Until today, is it not working there? Are they not seeing dividends of democracy? Elections, aren't they free and fair in those countries? Now, let us come to this presidential system of government. We changed to a presidential system of government, I think, in 1979. 1979. Now, we are saying it's too expensive. It's not working for Nigeria. Where did we copy this from? Is it not from America? Since when has America been practicing presidential system of government? Has it not been working? How about their elections? How about the dividend of democracy? How about listening to people's yearnings and the expectations from government? Can we compare it to what we're experiencing in Nigeria? Well, what am I saying in essence? It is about the people that are practicing it. Number one, there is no system that is perfect, because in creation nothing is perfect. Rather, you keep on modernizing it. You keep on aligning that system to fashion itself towards emerging issues within that environment. Now, look at the set of politicians we are having. Would they say allow parliamentary system of government to work? Not until when we Nigerians, not until when our supposed leaders have changed their mindset that this thing must work. Then there is no system we are bringing in that will work. For instance, it has been in the news since a few days ago, whereby Sheyi Tinubu, son of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was saying Nigerians should endure. Nigerians should endure. And you are wearing wristwatch of $500,000. As a small boy, you are flying presidential jet anyhow, and you are telling Nigerians to endure. How will Nigerians endure when you are living in a place? You are not a government official. You are living in a place. How about those in your family that are in government? Look at even Remi Tinubu, the wife of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, went to Senegal or so, and then donated money towards building hospitals there. While here, we are lacking in healthcare system. Look at how much money Nigerian politicians are donating to various schools abroad, where their children are students. Meanwhile, here in Nigeria, we are not having quality education. Neither are we having educational facilities. So what are you talking about? We need to change our mindset first. We need to see the people as the first priority of those in government before we can be talking about all these things. To me, whether you are practicing presidential system of government or parliamentary system of government, in as much as it's the same set of people, with the same set mind, with the same self-aggravated vision.
But don't you think?
We see the prevailing.
Don't you think, Doctor, as at when we practice, we gave it a shot, especially at the parliamentary system then, don't you think that it was a bit not right for us or immature for us at that time to practice parliamentary system? Now, looking at it where we are today, 2024, excuse me, Doctor, with the crop of politicians we have now, don't you think?
Will you say a small baby is immature to walk when you know that while walking, he learn further. While walking, he will fall down and stand up. While walking, he will fall down and stand up. And at the end of the day, gain stability. So what do you mean by immature there?
Okay, now looking at it from the angle of the crop of politicians we have right now, without mentioning names, don't you think that with this move by the 60 lawmakers pushing for a parliamentary system, their conversation is about having a system where it will ignite and provide national robust conversation, of course, engender public debates, where people have to, put in their views as regards what they think about the government and areas they need to look into. Don't you think that this will make a lot of sense now if we decide to go into it whole hog to practice a parliamentary system of government?
Those are ways of calling a dog a bad name so that you can kill it. Tell me, the other time when the last assembly, when they were having constitutional debates all around the nation, were people not attending those debates? What happened? What did Remi Tinubu tell one lady there? Calling that lady a tout. The same thing we see happen. Nothing stops us as we are to have robust discussions. Some of us are having robust discussions at various platforms. Is the government taking it seriously? What is the government doing? Are they not rounding up people? Look at that TikToker in the north, Kano or Kaduna or wherever. That she's still in jail now, waiting to be prosecuted. Look at even what Bajabia Miller said. That they are going to be arresting people that criticizes the government, either parliamentary or presidential. Is it not democracy? Are they not democracy? So what are the ingredients of democracy? Discussions, criticism. Are they not part of ingredients of democracy? So what are you talking about? And that's what I'm saying. Not until when we change our mindset, either parliamentary or presidential, is it going to be the same game plan?
All right, talking about the mindset, that now prompts my next question. A look at the aftermath of going into a parliamentary system of government. What do you see as the resultant effect if we are to go into that part of system?
The resultant effect is going to be fraudulent, because by the time they are now saying yes, this thing has been approved by the National Assembly, mark you, it also has to pass through the state houses of assembly. They will now say, okay, since we are just asking, oh yeah, the 4-year term of the Tinubu needs to be extended. To midwife the parliamentary. So it is nothing other than a proactive fraudulent act. They are looking forward to it. Okay, this government now, you can see protests here and there. Yeah, if they're going to voting next election, maybe in 2027, people might, and using that word might. So in order to forestall that, let us start another form of government. So we are starting all over again, and then extension will come in.
All right, what's your view?
So what are you talking about? It is a proactive form of fraud.
All right, now you don't tend to have that school of thought that it would work, looking at the mindset. But of course, looking at it from the angle of adopting the 2014 confab, people think the opinion out there is that it might modify the presidential system if we are to adopt the 2014 confab. What's your view on that?
Listen, that 2014 confab was it even 20? It wasn't 2014. It was shortly before election reporting in that time, isn't it? I can't remember again. But anyway, that confab till today is yet to be revisited. The last assembly, the ninth National Assembly, we're being told that let us review this thing and then see how we can bring in modifications to our form of government. They refused. Now, let this state assembly review that 2014 confab, and then bring out those good things that are there in terms of bringing dividends of democracy to the people, in terms of running of government, towards bringing governance down to the local government, because the local government is closer to the people. And I think that's one of the things being postulated in that report. So we're not looking into that. Make sure that the local government that is closer to the people is empowered to ensure that dividends of democracy gets to the grassroots. We're not looking at that. Instead of vacillating, are you aware that a rolling stone gathers no moss? When you are vacillating from one thing to the other, there is no way you will get momentum to develop. Let us stay. We're already on presidential system. How is it being run in America that they are not running into deficits the way we are? Look at how much money our senators, House of Rep members are earning. Are they earning like that in America? Look at how much money, how much power that the president is having in Nigeria. Is the same thing happening in America? Why don't you copy the good aspects of that and then bring it down to Nigeria, domesticate it, so as to ensure the workability of presidential system of government in Nigeria as is working elsewhere?
All right.
That is what you're supposed to be looking at.
All
Rather
right.
than wasting our time in moving away to parliamentary system of government.
All right. Now, a look at the conduct of our politicians, especially those at the House of Reps level and, of course, those at the National Assembly level. They have over time had this culture or penchant of cross-carpeting. So it means that party ideology means nothing to them. What do you think will become of... What do you think will become of the state, especially looking at it from the angle of their cross-carpeting at will? Would it in any way make a stable governance, especially if we have to transit to a parliamentary system?
That is what I'm saying. There are constitutional stipulations as regards cross-carpeting. Let us go back to Rivers State. Let's go back to Rivers State. Those assembly members in Rivers, are they supposed to be in the house by now? when you decided to desert the platform that brought you in as a legislator, are you supposed to go away with their mandate? No. No. According to our constitution, no. They are supposed to have been a by-election in Rivers State, according to the constitution. But are we not abrogated it through the help of the head of government in Parliamentary? Have we not abrogated it? Even through the head of the legislature, in the person of Akpabio, presidential form of government, don't we have a constitution? Is Akpabio supposed to be in the Senate by now, based on electoral violations? How about that one? Is he also supposed to be in the Senate? There are issues. Not until when we allow the sanctity of our constitution, not until when we allow the rule of law to guide us as regards constitutional provisions, guidelines, and the stipulated regulations guiding various political activities. Then we ain't going to get to nowhere. When we move away now to parliamentary system of government, is it going to be the same thing? Constitutional sanctity in the first instance must be allowed. The rule of law must be allowed. Then there must be equity, fairness, and justice in anything we do for any form of government to be successful.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for coming on the show this morning. We really appreciate your time.
It's my pleasure being with you. Thanks for having me. Enjoy the rest of the day.
And you too. All right, the show continues shortly after this time. We'll be back.